Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey Sean, Marissa. Hey guys. What's up? How you guys doing tonight?
Great.
Awesome. You guys have a good week? Yes?
It was a long week.
Yes. Cool. So, oh, hold on, my phone's ringing. Okay. I heard it. So, we've had a good week, but I kind of like have been feeling you guys out the last couple weeks, and I think that a big part of being successful in this business is understanding why questions are so important. So after having some conversations today with some people, I thought, you know what, it would be really cool to go on do a training with you guys about the power of asking questions. Do you guys agree? Do you guys think asking questions is important?
Yes.
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 Yes, definitely.
Can each one of you guys give me an example of why you guys think questions are important?
You can get to their I don't know if you can hear me, but it's you can get to their hot button. You know, what makes them tick, or where they're unhappy at, or if there's a need somewhere that is not being fulfilled by their current job or something else.
Yeah, definitely. Naveed, awesome. You got it right on the dot. Anyone else? Anyone else? Sharon, anyone? Do you guys think that sometimes when we're talking to people on the phone, we have a preconceived notion of what we think the answer should be?
Yes.
Yes. Do you think that's something do you think that's something good to have in sales, or do you think that's something bad to have in sales?
That's something terrible to have in sales.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about the art of asking questions, gathering information, finding out what's important to someone, building a relationship, and building a rapport, right? So those are some of the key things. So when you guys are gathering information with people, these are a couple things that I thought of when I was kind of putting this together. You know, why do you guys think gathering information is important? Asking questions, why do you guys think it's important?
Why is it important to ask questions?
Well,
Yes.
part of building a relationship is to get to know each other well, and you have to ask questions to get to know the other person.
Yeah, I agree.
And so when you're building a relationship, you ask questions, you get to know them, but you're also a problem solver. So in asking the questions, you're searching for a problem, and you have the solution. You just don't know what the problem is yet unless you ask questions.
Yeah. So how would you guys take gathering information, guys, when you're talking to somebody on the phone, in the sense of, say, talk about the helo? What do you guys, what is the reason why you want to gather information when you talk about the helo? Why do you guys think that is?
Because you want to be enthusiastic with your approach.
Okay. What else?
Want to be genuine.
Okay. Okay. So how about anyone else? Anybody else?
Oh, the right question.
I was going to say there's a lot of background noise, so I'm having a bit of a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, thank you for telling me that. I will mute everybody again. And then just unmute yourself if you want to talk, okay? So do you guys think that sometimes when people are asking questions, I'm trying to get you guys to participate here. So if you guys can, because I am looking for certain answers here. So I want to see if I can hear these answers, because I'm actually looking for a certain thing that I feel like puts somebody above the rest when they're talking about a product or service. Okay, so asking the right questions, finding out what's important to the individual. But do you feel like that we listen through our own filter, or do you think we should not be listening through our own filter?
I think
Go ahead.
when you say listen to our own filter, do you mean that we tune out what we don't want to hear, we tune out, and we're just waiting to hear the yes, I'm in, and that's all we're looking for, and that's all we're thinking about. And as we ask the questions while they're answering, we're not even there. We're in somewhere else.
Yeah.
We're in another place.
Yeah.
And unless we hear those words, we're not going to be in that same place with them.
Yeah.
Perfect answer.
Exactly. So if you guys, this is the whole point of this training, okay? If you guys are getting the same negative answer from a lot of people that you're talking to, I want you guys to think about, and this is where I'm going with this so you guys can understand the end result here. I want you guys to think about, if everyone is saying to you, I'm going to say one that I heard today. If everybody is saying to you, I have to see this product before I buy it, do you think that's the people that are saying that, or do you think that's your filter that's saying that?
That's us. That's us not doing our job of not building enough value.
Okay. But do you think that sometimes we reflect our own thought process when we're talking to people, when we're asking questions and we're gathering information? Do you think that sometimes happens?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So
Yes.
So my challenge to you guys today was to find 3 things that you hear that is important to people in your phone calls this week. Okay? So when you're listening through your filter, instead of listening for what you like about the helo and what you bought the helo for, listen to what's important to them, so that you can focus on maybe up to 3 features that you think that is important to them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You guys hearing me? You guys,
Yes.
Can I get an amen out there? Like,
Amen.
Amen.
Can you give us a sample question of for example,
I have.
a sample question, for example, do you know anyone, would you say something like, do you know anyone who could benefit from this? Or do you know anyone that has diabetes? Those type of questions? Or what, give us one question where
So when I'm building relationship with somebody, or I'm building rapport with them, and I'm asking them questions, right? I'm asking them about them. Okay. So where do they live? You know, where do they work? You know, do they have parents that are elderly? Do they, what is the thing that they like most about the helo? When they saw that 2-minute video, what are the things that you like the most about it? Right?
Or just
Okay.
asking them if they, if they're into their health at all. Most people will say yes.
Yeah. But you want them, we want to really stay away from yes and no questions. We want them to expand. We want to ask them questions so that you can get them talking. Do you get what I'm saying? Get them talking,
Just
telling you stuff. Get them to open up and tell about their life, because what happens is this is life sensing technology, right? So how can you sell somebody a product about life sensing technology if you don't know what part of their life this could sense that would help them feel better, more happy, maybe more secure, whatever it is that's going to make them want to purchase this, in a sense, before they try it on, right? Because this isn't a drink where they have to try it, right? They don't have to worry about how it tastes, right? It's black or white. It either works or it doesn't.
It's
It
like they bought the
obviously
Fitbit.
works, right? Because Toshiba put their name on it. So what are some questions you guys think we could ask people when they come to you and you've gone to this point in the conversation and they say, well, I'd really like to see it before I buy it? What do you guys think are some good questions that you can ask them that would help you overcome that obstacle? I'm not talking anymore until you guys do.
Ask them.
Well, I would say I would come back with, maybe not a question. I would say, is there any more information that you need that would help you, maybe make a purchase? There is a money back guarantee, so there's no risk at all.
Yeah.
To this, and you don't want to take a chance, and I don't want to sound like a salesman, but, but the sooner you get it, the sooner you can try it on. And if there's anything wrong, with it, or if you don't like it, you could always return it. So, but we haven't, we don't really deal with returns. I don't know anybody that's returned one. I'm sure if it drops and you step on it. Oh, by the way, if you do drop and step on it, you still can return it and they'll send you a new one. So when I say no risk, I mean absolutely no risk.
Yes, exactly.
That sounds good to me.
Right? I love it.
Good.
That's what these calls are for, right, guys? Because this is a big obstacle that I know people are having a hard time with. So together as a team, let's think of some things we can say to people to help ask better questions to be able to get over these different obstacles. Does anybody else have an idea to be able to get over this particular obstacle or another obstacle that you guys have come across?
Get them to stop thinking about the fact that they don't have it yet. Ask them questions like, what about your health would you like to change or improve on, and why? Get them talking about their whys.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I agree, Courtney, 100%.
What I do sometimes, Christina, when I'm at work, I do the massage therapy, right? And when people in the gym, how are you guys monitoring your progress? Or people are training to become, SEALs, and hey, what are you doing to track your progress? And so, what do you mean? And then you start, I tell them about it, and then I pull it up and show it to them if they have a couple of minutes after or before their massage.
Did you guys all know that Walmart, that Amazon made more money than Walmart did last year?
That's nice.
Did you guys know that?
No, but that's good to hear.
So if your personal belief is that you have to have it to be able to show people, right? That's a projection as well. So I kind of just want to kind of put that out there for you guys to think about, for that particular one. What other ones do you guys have? What other obstacles are you guys coming across that you feel like are stopping people in their tracks from making that final destination, going to your website and purchasing the Hilo?
One thing that I'm getting is that the Fitbit is coming out with a lot of the they just came out with the new heart rate option, or basically whatever it's called. The new that part of theirs, and the Fitbit is less expensive. So that's what I'm getting a lot of.
The new one, they've come out with the pricing on the new one already?
Not on the pricing on the new one, but they're just the Fitbit's quite a bit less expensive, and it's waterproof. One of theirs is waterproof. I'm getting that as another thing that I can't overcome at all, because I don't know that we're ever going to make it waterproof. So,
well, it's water resistant, but also Fitbit's not going to pay them to wear it.
And you know what else I heard I want to add? I was talking to this with one of my clients who's an engineer, and he measured, because he does work out, and he measured the heart rate on the Fitbit and the handles on the, I guess on the bike or the elliptical machine. And then there was another apparatus he used, and the Fitbit, 1 out of 3, came in third to the actual rate of the heartbeat. It was off like, I don't know, 8 or something like that. So that's the accuracy, and people have been asking me about that. You know, the accuracy of the reading.
Well, you guys can go on the testimony page that World has of people with the accuracy of our Hilo, and it's very, 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 very accurate.
So there's the answer back to the Fitbit. Yeah, it's cheaper, but what are you getting? You know, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. What I say is, yeah, that, you know, a Fitbit is like a Honda. We have a Mercedes,
Right.
but you're not paying Mercedes prices. You're paying really the you're really paying a great price for something that has double or triple the features. And when they say it's a little bit pricey, I say, I see people in third world countries with iPhones. So what is expensive? You know, there's people in third world countries walking around with $700 iPhones. So, you know, it's really not expensive. You know, there's really, there's not.
You know what else I've really come to understand in my journey of sales, and I know people don't like that word, but I mean, it really is. But a thing that I've really understood in this journey is the importance of building a relationship, because 80% of the reason why somebody buys from you is because of you, right? It's because if you're taking enough time to figure out what's important to them, right, their belief in what you are recommending is going to go up. So if you're looking to just sell them something, right, and you're just trying to get through as many people as you can, you're just selling them something, you're going to have a lot less closing ratio than if you're coming from a place that you're actually helping them purchase something that's going to benefit them more than anything else. Because I'm going to tell you, if I walk into Best Buy, or we went into a store the other day, and I know that you guys have experienced this, the individuals that are in stores now that are selling products are not the nicest people anymore. For some, customer service has really gone down. So for me, I personally feel like that if I can go above and beyond on the customer service side for people to really, really help build that relationship and build rapport and really find out what's important to them, it doesn't matter if the Fitbit, twirls and spins and says hello to them. They're not going to care, because they're going to want to buy it from me, right? Because when I go into a restaurant and I have a really awesome waitress, I will tip somebody 20-30% if they go above and beyond. I will. That's how I am. And I'm pretty sure you guys are the same way. So I think that a lot of times that sometimes we also, and this was just something that I thought of, I don't know if this is what anybody's doing this, but just really slowing back down with people and really, really finding out what's important to them. You know what I mean?
It might take a few weeks, but
yeah, that's one thing that's a good point, because I've been doing a lot of online, and I have a lot of people look at it and say, wow. And you get to the point where you're running through so many people that they're almost, you have to remember that they're human beings. Yes. They're not numbers.
Exactly.
And I've been going through a lot of numbers. Yeah. And even though I have conversations with them, I'm trying to be like, okay, very methodical, very okay. Here's one piece of information, and then they'll tell me what they think, and then I give them another piece, and I'm like, okay, let's, I'm trying to get it done quickly, and I'm talking to a lot of people, but I'm not getting the results, even though I have a ton of activity.
Yeah.
And my closing ratio is like, it sucks, but it's it doesn't bother me because it's a learning process.
Yeah.
So I actually enjoy it. It's fun, but
I've really discovered, Naveed, especially for online, it's all about getting that phone number. Yes, that's a great question. I would love to talk to you more about that. What's your number so that we can chat? I'm
Okay.
telling you, you get somebody's phone number, it's closed.
Okay, so that's what I need to do. What I've been doing is getting sending them a video and then getting them to commit to a webinar and then sending them a link and them not showing up.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So I think that I will get the phone number, which is very easy to do. And
get the number, call them, and you're not, when I'm calling these people, I'm not selling them a helo on the phone. What I'm doing is I'm getting to know them, and I mean, you've experienced it, right, Naveed, when we do three-way calls. I'm not selling the helo. I'm letting our tools sell the helo. What I'm doing is I'm selling us. I'm selling us as leaders. I'm selling us as individuals, but I'm selling us and what we can do for them, right? And if a person feels like you are, and we are coming from a place, because we do want to help. We want to help people. I want to help every single one of you guys make 6 figures this year. I would just be so ecstatic to help every single one of you guys here do that, right? And so if somebody feels like you're coming from a place to help them, they're going to listen to your instruction, right? And if you're saying to them, hey, how's it going? Building rapport, getting that trust factor, showing them that you care, edifying them as a person to be able that you can support them and help them and get them what they want. All they need to do is get on this webinar to get the information that they need. And that you're really excited to hear what their thoughts are on it. You will have so many more people get on those webinars. Because
if you do the call first.
Right? You're a real person to them. You're not, people don't look at online as it being a real person. I mean, the stuff that I know people say stuff on Facebook that they would never say out in public. Yeah. They don't look at it as a real person. So you've got to put the real back in it. And to do that is to get their phone number and at least just say hi, right? Just say hi, introduce yourself, see what they're all about, find out what it is that they're looking for, that they would even respond to you, right? And then edify them as a person, that would be something this would be something that would be really great for them. And then get them on that webinar, because now you have a phone number to follow up with, right? Because they can ignore you on Facebook all day long, but now that you have their number, there's like more of a connection there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes?
Yeah.
Are you guys feeling me on that?
I'm feeling you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think too, when we're asking questions, I think a lot of times, like I had said before, it's really important to determine what features and benefits touch them, what are important to them, right? So if they're not a diabetic, I'm not going to sell them the diabetes feature. If they're not an athlete, I'm not going to sell them the steps and calories feature. Like Kara, if you called me and said this is a really healthy product, I would say that's really cool. I love health, but I wouldn't wear it for health. Like it's just not. That's not. You've seen me. I eat healthy, and I am a healthy person. But I don't feel like wearing something is going to make me healthy. I feel like other things will. But the sleep part of it, that's something I love. I love the GPS coordinates on it, absolutely, and I love the We Care.
A lot of people like GPS on it.
But the We Care is huge for me. But that might not be important to you. You might not care if somebody's monitoring your vitals. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna, right? So I'm not gonna. That's not a feature that I might brush on it, but I'm gonna find out what's important to you, and what is important to you. I know what your background is. Right? I know you're a massage therapist. I know that you love herb stuff, that you love anything organic, that you love, right? So what am I going to sell Kara on, guys? I'm not going to sell her on the diabetes side of it.
The
right?
health side.
She doesn't care if you can press a panic button, right? But she cares about the germanium, right? Yes, right? So that's one feature. That's huge. So do you guys get what I'm saying with it? It's we call it, when you try to sell every single feature on the helo to somebody, we call that throwing up on somebody, right? But if you can find 3 things that are super important, and how you're going to do that is know their lifestyle, what they do, and what they're passionate about, right?
Hence asking the questions. Because I can say it first, and I can go 1, 2, 3, strike 3 of them out, and I didn't hit any of them. As soon as I said an EKG, oh, that's interesting. But I almost lost them just by throwing things out.
Yeah, exactly.
The of listening to what they're needing.
And I think another good question too is asking, do you own a wearable?
Mm-hmm.
And if they say, yeah, I have a Fitbit, what's your favorite feature on it?
Yes, exactly.
And then when they tell you the answer, then, you know, you don't have to throw the kitchen sink at them. Exactly. You say, oh, really? You like that? Well, this has, you know, so.
This, that, and that.
It does this and it does that. And that makes it even a better feature. Right?
And the bands, and it, and you can get drunk, and it'll tell you not to drive.
Right? Exactly.
It'll save you $7,000. $350 will save you $7,000.
So you guys get what we're saying, right? So if we're really building value, like Ashley said in the beginning, Ashley said we're not doing our job to build value. How do we build value? You can only build value from within that person. And how do you know what's inside of that person? You have to ask them what's inside, what makes them beat, what makes them go, what is passionate for them, right? Because if you can touch on those things, they're not going to care if they can touch it. They just want it, right?
Oh. They didn't try the Fitbit out before. They just bought it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Because there was something on that label that made you want to buy it, right? Something on the advertising feature that made you buy it. What do you guys think? We have some quiet people tonight.
I was my sister, I only got because she had, and then we were in the cops a lot. And the other lady wrote a bunch of people to get them to work out. They saw us in weight, so then they got the Fitbit. So really, you know, talking to people what they wear because they see the value in, like, for example, weight loss.
Yep, exactly. Yep, exactly. Ashley, Christina, anybody else have any thoughts? Matt, Eric?
I think at the end of the day, we have to remember that we're trying to help other people. We're not trying to sell them something. We're not trying to help ourselves. People want to know that you care about them and that you're doing them like a favor, or you're doing something to benefit them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the mindset I've been having, and it's helping a lot more to get more people is, how can I help you? How can I serve you? It's that servant leadership.
Definitely. Exactly. You guys also have to remember this person could be somebody on your team that you're talking to on every day. Don't you want to get to know them? Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I love getting to know you guys. I love talking to you guys on the phone every day. I absolutely, it's my favorite part of this business. Like, I could literally, like, no paycheck. I would literally talk to every one of you and help you build your business every single day, because I absolutely love helping you guys. I would do it for free because I just think that it's such a passion. It's such a fulfillment. It's the biggest fulfillment in the world to be able to help other people have a better life, and to be able to be the people that they knew they were when they were young, before all those filters and all those negativities in their life, or those obstacles that came, right? Because what you thought you were as a kid, you are. That's who you are, you know? And I believe that you guys can be As you are as successful as you believe within yourself that you can be successful. And I think that it's really important I wanted to just back it up tonight for you guys and just really, really like hit home that building relationships and really talking to people and having a conversation with them, you guys are going to sign up so many more people. Yes, it is a numbers game. 100% it is a numbers game. But when you do find those people that respond, you need to respond. Like in the sense of getting that phone number and picking up the phone and figuring out if this is really something that they want and that they can benefit from, and if you can help them have a better life, if they want something better. Because most people want something better. Most people would absolutely love to be able to work from home full time and have that life, you know, to be able to travel and do and have and be, you know what I mean? And I don't want you guys to lose that when you're ramping through all these leads, because I know you guys are working very hard. And I know you guys are trying to get people to go to the webinars and get on the phone and do these different things. But I think the most important thing is to put the human back into this and really start talking to people on the phone. You know, it's like set a goal to talk to 10 people every day, 10 new people about it. Just get to know 10 new people, even if they don't sign up for your business, get to know 10 new people. You will be amazed on how many people will want to do this because of you. They're going to want to do it because of you, right? And the business, the Hilo, it's awesome. I think it's the best business out there. It's the best network marketing company out there because we have no competition. We're not a consumable product. I don't have to worry about if it's gluten-free or if it tastes funny or anything like that, or if it's going to hurt somebody. Nothing. I don't have to worry about any of that, right? We have Toshiba backing us. We have the same company that makes Apple products making our product. I mean, we are the bomb diggity. So the company itself, that's taking care of itself. You guys at this point, it's just really about creating that vision for people and really helping them believe that they can have a better life and that you have that answer for them. Because you really do. You guys are in, like, if you guys ever thought of to be in a company with the best timing that has ever, you guys are seriously in the very beginning of probably one of the biggest companies that are ever going to hit direct sales ever. Right? So I really challenge you guys this week to really start a conversation, but a real human conversation with You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I think sometimes when you come into the business and you hear of people who've been in there for a month and they're doing so well and it's so amazing, you kind of feel like you get caught up in feeling like it's a race, or you can do it, you can get as many as those people, and you forget, like, oh, you got to do it with a relationship, and you're like, how are they doing all of that in a month? It kind of feels like some like latent pressure to
Well, you guys have to realize that these guys have been building relationships for years. Like, there's these the top money earners, these guys that you're seeing will tell you they've been in it 15 to 20 years, and none of them have ever made over a certain amount of money until now, right? So it's because they've built these relationships. I mean, you guys should have seen it when I went to the Eric Worre, the Network Marketing Pro. These guys networking with these people, yes, I know it's off limits and whatever, but they all know each other, right? And
right.
So, like, it's you guys, even if you don't go diamond your first week, that's not what it's about. It's about the longevity of your business, right? So you build a relationship with 5 people that absolutely you love and adore, that you become family with, right? And you really, really help them. They're going to stick with it long enough to where they're going to find that success too. Because you really only need 2 people to really run with your business, right? And if you can really help those 2 people get those 2 core people that they need to help them get 2 core people that they need, okay, maybe it might take you guys 5 years to make $1 million a year in this, right? But I don't know any other business you can make $1 million a year in 5 years just by building relationships with people. So yes, of course we want you guys to rank up and set goals and do these things like that. But I also think that I don't want you guys to put that in front of the people in your business that you can really, really help, because you will go so much faster building your business to the level you want it to by building relationships first. It will go so much faster.
Yeah, I feel the way that what the young lady just said, I feel exactly the same way. You know, I feel like when I see, because I'm competitive by nature, so, you know, I see people, I love to see people succeed, but at the same time, when I'm just very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So I see these people that have been in the industry for 20 years and I've been in for a couple years, and they're like, okay, this person got to president in 30 days. I kind of know how, you know, I know kind of ins and outs of how they did it,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I'm like, you know, I'm see them driving around brand new sports cars and this and that, and I'm going, I'm working my butt off, and I'm not getting the same results. I don't get discouraged because I understand now that it's a process. It's a process, and you have to learn to be patient, but at the same time, you have to have somewhat of a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
You know, urgency in the sense of urgency enough to work every day.
Yes.
Whether it's 5 calls or something, urgency enough to do something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but I do feel a lot of times like, you know, maybe you start to covet, like, I want that. Not that you don't want them to have it, but you're going, I want that. I want that. You know, I want the spotlight on me. I want the, you know, the rankings and all that. A lot of times it's not even about the money. It's about the recognition.
Yeah.
You know, so you see people that, you know, get all this attention. I mean, myself personally, I don't really like attention you know, in the real world. But, you know, on Facebook, everybody loves you. It's not the real world, and it's great. You can just turn that off and go back go back home, or, you know. So it is a process, and I know that we're all going to make it. The main thing is don't quit, and just learn every day, and be on calls like this. That is really, you know, it helps a lot.
And I don't know, I don't know if Naveed remembers, but when I first spoke with him, we were talking about his net. Do you mind if I kind of talk to them?
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. So Naveed and I, when we first talked, you know, we were talking about his network marketing journey. And I said to him, I said, Naveed, you've got to promise me that you're going to give it a year. You've got to, because there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be curveballs, and there's going to be months where it's going to be great, and months where it's not. But you've got to give it a year, because if you can give this business a solid year to where you can promise yourself that you're going to pick up that phone and you're going to call however many people you decide, whether it's going to be talking to 3 new people a day or 5 new people a day or 10, whatever it is, but that consistent action every single day. And you do that for a year, your mind will be blown on where you are, because you can't look at your results on a daily basis or even a weekly basis, right? If you all thought about where you were when you started this business, the day that you signed up and you bought your kit, to where you are today, whether you have a big team or whether you've just had some major personal growth, right, to be able to make you a better leader for the people that are coming on your team, right? You guys have all progressed in these huge, like, leaps and bounds. I could talk about every single person on this call and what I've seen you guys grow, even just as individuals and as leaders. right? So that's what people want. Naveed talked about edifying people. People want to be edified. They love being recognized. So why not start recognizing them on that first call? How can you edify somebody? What can I find about this person that's a really great thing about them that would help them get further, right? Because the last slide, it said edify them. So we start there. So just, asking questions, you're going to have a lot easier time overcoming obstacles when you gather the right information and you're really trying truly from your heart to actually get to know the person, to see if it is something that's important or something that would benefit them, which I feel like this business would benefit everybody that I've ever come across. I just have to figure out how and why, right? And just being able to, hold on one second. Here we go. So, so that's my heart tonight. I wanted you guys just to kind of see, where I personally, in my journey, where I come from when I talk to people. And I know that you guys have probably, if you've done a 3-way call with me, you've experienced this from me. And you might have not even noticed it. And now I hope you notice it. You really notice those questions that we're asking to really get to know people, to really help them in their journey. Because you've got to help people where they're at. You've got to help them where they're at. You can't help somebody cross a mountain if you have no idea their coordinates, right? You have to know their coordinates. You have to know where they're standing to help them get to the top, right? And everybody's in a different place. So asking questions and being able to really, like I said, help people from where they are is, I feel like, the number one key in this business. So do you guys have any other questions or anything like that? Anything that you guys wanted to touch on or ask or anything tonight before I wrap up our call? Anything you guys wanted to add? Does anybody have anything they want to add?
Christina, I have one quick question for you.
Sure.
It's something that I ran into like 5 different times today, and it's frustrating, is that objection when people say, oh, I don't have the money right now, I'll have it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Like, what do you do?
So yeah, no, totally, 100%. So what I like to do personally is and Kara actually was in my other business with me, and she knows that I did this in my other business as well, is when somebody says to me, I don't have the money now, I say to them, okay, so when do you think that you would have the money? Are you going to be able to have it when you get paid this paycheck or next paycheck? Right? That either or. And they actually don't even like really flinch. They usually say, oh, probably this paycheck. Okay, when is this paycheck coming? Oh, the 7th? Okay, perfect. What time do you get home from work? I'll go ahead and give you a call.
And she will call.
And I will call. Kara knows we've done this. This ain't our first rodeo when it comes to not having money. So sometimes it's not, the no is just not now, but you definitely want to continue those questions, right? You want to continue asking questions until you get that commitment. So and yeah, you might, that commitment might turn into another commitment, might turn into another commitment, might turn into another commitment. But you know what? At some point, that commitment will become the commitment, and that's when they're ready to sign up. Okay? Because people are going to come into your business when it's their time. And if you try to push them to come in before it's their time, then they're not going to run as fast as when they're ready. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect.
So don't be frustrated. Please don't. And I know that we all get frustrated with that. I mean, I even get frustrated. I'm human, of course. Like, I have this one girl, and I'm not even going to say, but almost every single day she says she's calling me with her credit card. Like, every single day. And it's like, you know what? I know she's going to do it. She's not saying no. She's just not saying now. Right? So at some point, that'll happen, and I will bet that she will probably really run with this business, because at the time that she's ready to do it will be the time she's ready to go. You know what I mean? And I've seen it over and over again in this business. I mean, I've seen a lot, and that's usually the case. So, but just always, like Eric Worre always says, you know, schedule a meeting from a meeting. It's the same thing. You know, I don't have the money right now. Are you scheduling a meeting from that meeting? Okay, great. When do you want to, can you afford it this paycheck or next paycheck? You're not blatantly saying to them, oh, well, when do you get paid, or when can you do that? It's that either or question, and it's a lot softer when you ask people it that way. Yes?
Where did you tell me to look for the information on the detail on how, like the accuracy and stuff?
So you can go to worldgn.com, and all of the articles and everything like that have ever been published about that is on the actual website. You guys, there's so much information on the worldgn.com website. I really encourage you guys to go on there. And I also, you guys, I get a lot of questions about the Helo. And when you guys do get your Helo in the mail, I really recommend for you guys, and also have your team do this, people that sign up with you, tell them when they purchase it, hey, you know, when you get your Helo in the mail, there is an owner's manual in there, right? And I really encourage you to read the owner's manual, especially if you're a detail-oriented person and you want to know all these little facts about it, because it literally answers like 90% of people's questions that I get. So just know that there's an owner's manual in there, and when you have those blue personalities where they really want to have those details and things like that, have them, you know, go there. And then on our team page, anytime there's an article, I post it there. And then also our team website, I have a Tech This Out. It says Tech This Out. It's my blog on our team website on the Leadership International Pro. And that has every article that's ever been published with World as well, for our ones that like to read. So the resources are definitely out there for you guys. So
I'll send them there.
yes.
Thank
You're welcome. You guys good? Any other questions? No? Hold on.
No.